What's going on, guys? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another video. Just re-recording this intro because at the time I didn't do a very good one. But today's video is some more videos on Komu's 1v1 server, and we were playing on the NMPZ mode today. It was me and Ben Keller, and you guys probably know Ben from the play-along leagues. He's a very strong player. He actually won both of the Season 1 leagues for No Moving and for NMPZ. But he's a bit out of practice at the moment, but I thought that was a good opportunity to give him some 1v1s, so I hope you guys enjoy that. And yeah, let me know what you think of the video in the comments, and enjoy. First one is going to be a rural world, so 30 seconds per round. Let's get into it. Alright. This is very green and feels rather European, if I had to say. Maybe Slovakia, but it seems like it might be Gen 4. So Cheshire, perhaps. Hungary's also a possibility, I feel like. Not really sure with these trees. Could be further north, honestly. But I'm just going to go for that. Okay, yeah, we're both pretty close. It was Cheshire. So decent guess, to be sure. Actually, 4.8k. Cannot be sad about that. This one's a bit tougher. I guess my first thought is Poland, with that pole up there, but I can't really tell the architecture. Kind of a thatched roof or something. So it's quite a thin road. I mean, anywhere in Europe would really fit this as long as it's a bit dry. But I guess my thought is kind of somewhere in Poland. I think that's my best bet. Okay, it's actually Croatia, so that was quite a miss. But we're not too far behind. Let's see. Next one, we got this antenna here with the flag on it, so I think that means it's more likely to be Hungary or Bulgaria or something. With the hedgerow? With the hedgerow, maybe it's Hungary, I would say. But I'm not entirely sure. Could be Czechia again, actually. Maybe I'll guess that corner of Hungary just to keep both in. And wow, I didn't know you got that antenna in France, but I mean, I was on the right latitude, but not the right country at all. I did think the hedgerow was weird for Eastern Europe. Okay, no problem there. Still redeemable if I pull a good guess here. This one's interesting. Is that a little antenna? Okay, that changes things. So I was thinking of Nigeria here, but actually I think it's probably going to be really northern Amazon, or maybe Colombia or something like that. So my thought is to go somewhere up here. Could be over here as well. But yeah, my thought is to go up here and hope for the best. So let's guess that. Oh man, it's much further south, so I really needed the better Brazil guess there to secure it. There's a really interesting road for somewhere so close to Brasilia, I think. Yeah, he's gone Cambodia. And next up, ooh, we're in the vineyards. We have lots of little blurs. I'm just wondering, where's the sun? Sun appears to be more to the north. I'm thinking, could this be Chile? If the sun is to the north, could it be Chile, a bit south of Santiago, where they grow some grapes? It could still be Europe, or really anywhere. It could be really anywhere here, but I'm going to go Chile, a bit south of Santiago. That's my thought. And, oh yes, we nailed it. So, we end up with the dub. Very close indeed. So, let's head back into the call. Hello, Ben.
All right.
There's the match.
Good game.
GG, GG. So how are you feeling about those rounds?
Strong start, not so much of a finish.
True. The Brazil one, I saw a little flick of an antenna, and I thought, because up to that point I was thinking Nigeria maybe or something even.
Yeah, see, I didn't really know what to think at first, and I was like, the dirt looks kind of reddish, and I couldn't find the sun, so I just went Cambodia, although it probably was way too rural to go there. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Well, I had even my guess I only got 800 points for because I was thinking Amazon or something for it.
yeah, for
It was a
sure.
weird round because the road was really
Mhm.
wide.
Yeah, it was.
Felt weird. And then the France one really tripped me up. It's one of those ones again where the antenna meta just kind of screwed me. But the hedgerow makes much more sense for France.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think about like hedgerows, but I just kind of see it and like register it in the back of my mind,
Yeah, for
is
sure,
kind of being France. So
for sure, for sure.
yeah, yeah,
And then the Cheshire one we both got nicely, and the
yeah, for sure.
Croatia one I just completely missed. Like I don't know what gave it away for you there.
Just kind of like the angle of the sun in that area, like the Croatia, Serbia, Hungary, and like the flatness, even though we're a few bit of trees, it's just like I don't know, the way the sun looks off the road in that area looks a lot like that to me. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
fair enough.
it was kind of based off feel and nothing else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the Chile one was where I managed to steal it from you, and I just know they grow grapes around there. I just thought it looked like
Yeah.
kind of like Chile.
See, I thought the sun was in the north, but I wasn't like completely sure about it, and it just looked a lot like Mexico to me. So it was between Mexico and I would have gone Argentina if I hadn't gone Mexico. So it was
Right,
between those two for me. I
right,
ended up
right.
going Mexico.
Unlucky,
Yeah.
unlucky. Well, hopefully you can get the next one then. All right, so back into things here. A rural world again. Okay, so that's a Peruvian road marking there. We feel fairly high up, and with these tufts of grass, I've learnt recently that they are kind of more typical of this area. So that's where I'm going to guess. It's very high up here, so just wondering if it could be a bit further south or something like that. But I think that's going to be my guess. So let's go for it. And we've both guessed in the same area, but it's actually much closer to Lima. So yeah, both picking up similar points there. Okay, next one. We are driving left-hand side of the road here. It looks like a yellow center line though. So could this be Kenya, or am I missing something here? I think that's a yellow center line. So down south of Nairobi, I guess is my thought. Where else could this be realistically? I don't think it can really be anywhere else. So that's where I'm gonna guess. And wow, it's north of Nairobi. Okay, because I know it gets kind of drier here and kind of drier here, but yeah, we both miss out on the good points there, so it's still very close. All right, next up, ooh, Tunisia is my first thought here. I'm not sure about that roadside like stone there, but I think this should be more southern in Tunisia. Where does it go down to? So I reckon possibly around there. This would be my thought. What else could we say? White center line, kind of a crappy road. Yeah, I think it is Tunisia at least. And yeah, we've both guessed the same spot again, and it's even further south. It definitely felt further south with the fewer trees and fewer greenery. But yeah, he's a full 500 points ahead, coming into the second to last round here. Okay. White road lines, quite dry here, and a lot of water to the south. So I think this should be Indonesia because it's Gen 4. Yeah, maybe one of these islands here. I'm not entirely sure. What can we find a road that would fit here? Maybe like that. That could fit. Kind of happy with that, honestly. And yeah, I was quite a bit closer. It was actually on Nusa Teranga. I know Teranga's like I guess it means west or something, east or something. But yeah, we got quite a bit closer there, so I'm happy with that. And then with a 1,000 point lead, okay, this is Europe, very flat. We got an antenna. I think it's going to be like France or Poland based on the kind of landscape. And we got some red roofs, so maybe like southern France, southern Poland, one of the two. I think I'm going to guess southern Poland, but I'm going to hedge a bit. I'm going to hedge a bit and go close to Cheshire. Or maybe even I will hedge in Cheshire, even though I don't think it's there. So let's see. And there we go. It actually was Poland on the border with Germany. So we're going to end up with a win there. And yeah, 19k. All right, let's get back into the Discord. All right, all done, all done.
All
Nice.
right.
There we go. So, how'd you feel about
You
those
got the
rounds
dub
that time?
again.
Once again, the dub. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Round one was the Peru.
yeah, I think that one. I mean, it just looked like more southern Peru. It was a bit more northern than I would have thought, or I guess western, but not a bad guess for either of us there.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty happy with that because I think I've just been improving my Peru guesses a little bit recently, but yeah, further
For
north than I
sure.
expected.
Hmm.
Two was the Kenya one. That was given away by the
Yeah.
yellow inside lines.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of tough to tell that they were yellow, but I think if you thought about it enough that they were. So,
Yeah, agreed,
yeah,
agreed.
definitely. And then the left-hand driving, that's what I had noticed first.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. That's right. That they were the two. They were the two clues because that ruled out South Africa. But it
yeah.
ended up being. I thought it was going to be like kind of that drier area south, but it was the drier area north.
Yeah.
So,
It definitely could have been either of those, but
yep,
yeah.
yep, yep. Interesting one. Number three was the Tunisia. We just guessed in the exact same spot.
Yeah, I thought about going more south, but then if it ended up being one of those dry areas to like the north and central, then it would have been bad. So I kind of left it there. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think we both
there's
did
a lot of hedging in this game mode. Like if you're ahead, then you generally just hedge.
for sure. Yeah.
Then there was the Indonesia one. Both kind of got the same area. I went a bit further
Yeah.
east because it was so dry.
Yeah, I think that would have made more sense looking back on it. But yeah, it took me a second to register that it was Indonesia, and then I just kind of left it on Java in the end.
Right, right, right. And then finally the Poland one. I was saying like it's Poland or France, Poland or France. So I went Cheshire um, as kind of a
Yeah,
hedge, and it paid off.
I was saying the same thing, but I ended up going France in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had red roofs as well. I kind of thought those houses in the distance. I kind of thought that might be more of a French thing, but yeah. All right, shall we do one more?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, last round here. And once again, it's a real world. There's only a 1 in 3 chance of getting a real world, and we've had it 3 times in a row, so you mathematicians can work out what the chance of that is. This one's interesting. Hmm. So, we appear to be. Ooh, this. I think it's Asia. I think it's like Thailand or something, but it's really hard to say. Could be Indo. Just with the motorbike. If this could even be Europe, honestly, but with the motorbike, I'm thinking it should be. Yeah, we both guessed Thailand in the exact same spot. Yeah, motorbike's just so much more common in Asia. I was really worried there. Ends up being Java. Um, so really interesting round. We'll have to chat about that after for sure. Next up, we are in Europe. This is definitely European greenery, and that house in the foreground as well. In the background. Has like a bit of a red roof. I'm thinking like Slovenia. The trees kind of look Alpsy, so I'm thinking Slovenia on this one. Honestly, kind of on the border there. It is hilly, but it's not super hilly, so maybe out this way. I don't know. And wow, he's guessed Cheshire, but it ends up being Virginia. So yeah, we even even with all my confidence that it was going to be Europe, it ends up being not Europe. And it's really interesting how we got 35 points there and I only got 33. Like, it looks like I'm closer, surely. Interesting. There's barely anything in it so far. We've guessed the same spot twice. This time we have yellow center lines, double lines, and ooh, it's fairly red soil here. So I think this is South America, not North. But with all the pines, it's getting quite confusing. So I'm thinking this is a bit south of Sao Paulo, maybe. That is my main thought. It's pretty red soil, so yeah, okay. It's actually in the panhandle of Argentina there, but I've gotten a bit closer. Yeah, the Brazilian guess makes sense too, but I was thinking with those pine trees, it'd be better to go further south. All right, so we've got a bit of a lead going on here. Nothing that we can't lose though. This one kind of reminds me of Romania or something. Not quite sure. It feels like Europe. We have like these kind of this kind of like foliage, which is quite European, I would say. Yeah, we have like a tractor there as well. It's quite agricultural. Could even like be further south in like Turkey or something. Could be further north. My thought is just down here. And okay, ends up being Croatia. So again, Ben beating me on Croatia. Not really my strong country, as I think we've established before. Ends up being in the middle of this field. But the points are close again. Just 500 points in it going into the final round here. And wow, this is interesting. Kind of looks like New Zealand. Kind of looks like Iceland. I think it looks more like really like far south in New Zealand. But we don't have many trees. So this is problematic. And the road's crappy as well. I am not really sure. We can't use the sun to help us at all either. So I think it's oh man, I think it's got to be Iceland, right? I don't think it's New Zealand. And it is great. A really interesting Iceland round because it was quite rural. I mean, this is the rural world, but you don't get too much coverage down the middle. It's mostly just on the outsides. So that's it for that. He's guessed Britain, so we'll hop in and chat about that just now. Alright, that's it then, Ben. A tough seed there, without a doubt.
Yeah, I sold that game.
Not too bad though. Like I really think those rounds were super tough. Like I was panic. I was about to click on New Zealand for the Iceland one. You would have won if I did that.
See, that one was confusing because, like, I feel like dirt roads are a lot more common in the UK than Iceland, and those mountains could have definitely fit Scotland, and then there was no yellow posts, and like you see in Iceland, so
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I was just saying, like, we got rural world 3 times in a row, and like, but like normally when you're on Iceland, normally you're on the highways and you have like, you know, your bollards everywhere and stuff. So that was a really weird round for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And there was no sun to
Yeah,
help
looks
you
like
either.
it was one of those more inland highways. You don't get those very often.
Yeah. Barely even a highway, that one. Just basically like a
Yeah,
road to someone's house or something.
for sure.
And then, and so that USA round, how about it? The building in the background looks so European to me.
Yeah, I actually clicked on it afterwards and zoomed in, and it was like, I mean, I feel like it could have fit that area, but yeah, it just didn't really feel American to start off, you know?
Yeah, I was like, as soon as the round started, I was like, this is definitely Europe. But
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
I guess the vegetation, like, yeah, you can get that in the USA. It just looked more European to me.
hmm
And then
Yeah,
once again
same
with the
here.
Croatia, it's not my strong suit. I guess Romania. I suppose like the climate's
Yeah,
fairly similar across there though.
yeah, yeah. I guess those are pretty similar as where you guessed for that one. So yeah,
And then that Thailand one was real baity. Like, I have no
yeah,
idea
for
what to think.
sure.
I thought it might be Europe. I was like, could this just be a motorcycle in Europe or something?
I think it was like the fields looked more tropical, I guess.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but yeah, didn't
And
really think of Indonesia on that one.
yeah. Me neither. I was like,
And
I
then
thought it
that
was possible, but it looked more like Indochina or something. So yeah.
Yeah, and then that Argentina one that I thought was 100% Brazil.
Yeah. I thought it was Brazil too for sure. I guess further
Yeah,
south because of the pine trees though. I feel like they're more
yeah,
commonly in that southern part of Brazil. But yeah, it was Argentina. Really interesting. I guess the in the
yeah,
Panhandle you do get the red soil too.
yeah, yeah. It definitely looks a lot different than the rest of the country up there.
For sure. All right, that was a lot of fun, Ben. Thanks for coming on the channel, and we'll see you in
Yeah,
the.
congratulations on the sweep.
Thank you very much. Well, host advantage, I'll say, but yeah, thanks for coming on the channel,
Yeah, for sure.
and we'll see you in the play along leagues, no doubt. Right, that's it for the video, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.